I can't think of a better time than Independence Day to talk about independence. It just seems to have a natural tie-in which truly attracts me. What is our independence? Our independence is that we know this. There's none of us that are better than anyone else. There's none of us that have greater equality. The word equality immediately eliminates all of our desires to set ourselves apart as special. There's none of us that need to fear if we're loved. There's none of us that need to wonder if the God of creation gives a damn about us. There's none of us that need to be aware of that. But we also need to understand that we are independent. There's a game going on, and the game is called sow and reap. What you decide, what I decide to sow, nature, science, planet Earth has a reaping policy on it. And when we begin to believe that we can bypass that sow and reap because God has a plan for our lives that's going to drive us towards the mountain that must be removed for our ego to drive by. When we get over that, we begin to become aware of what real tools we have. That's where there's and it's Jesus of Nazareth. He told a parable once about talents. And everybody started out with one. Here's a in this particular parable, here you go, here's your thing. And what is that one talent? It's simple. It's called your life. Here you go. Here's your life, and it is an independent one. Independent so you can understand that what you sow, you reap, and therefore you can take great joy in your fruits and your efforts. But when we begin to believe that our lives are manipulated, that we're born a certain way or we're controlled, then we lose the ability to understand how powerful, how joyful, how ecstatic it is to be a human being and to be alive. Happy Independence Day, yes. To get free of this idea that there's a plan for my life, a destiny. The manifest destiny of the United States didn't do us well. We ended up destroying lives. We ended up hurting the native tribes. Because we got an idea in our minds that God wanted us to have the American continent. And we continue it today believing that we are in some sort of destiny. I have a dream, boy, and I know God's going to give me my dream because I prayed. I gave $1,000 to the church in the name of my dream. And we become this superstitious, syrupy mess of just gelatinous nothingness that just doesn't have any motivation of its own, but is waiting for the plan to come to be. There is no wonderful plan for your life, but God has a wonderful life for your plan. I will say it again. There is no wonderful plan for your life, but God has a wonderful life available for your plan. It's that one talent he gave you. What are you going to do with it? You're going to turn it into 5? Or are you going to sit around on it and go, well, I was waiting for further orders. Sometimes I feel that with religion. It makes my skin crawl because we're just taught to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. When God placed in the human being the desire to do, to achieve, to acquire, and to be. Enjoy that independence.